Hello, you beautiful people. I'm your boy Davide. Welcome to the very first episode of Davide K-Talk. This is where we're going to talk about music, culture, and the phenomenon of K-pop and much more. So there is no set agenda. So one time, every episode is going to be a little bit different, but with the same main concept. Thank you for tuning in for the debut episode. And actually, I've been waiting to do this for a very, very long time. And what a better way to start this episode with a group that got me into K-pop. I'm talking about Big Bang. In this episode, we are going to dive into the highlights of their career as a group. So we're going to talk about all of them from the beginning till now. So I'm here with my notes to talk about Big Bang into detail. So I started listening to Big Bang back in 2012-ish, around Fantastic Baby. But I still remember seeing them on MTV Italy. I think it was probably at the MTV Europe Awards or something like that. I think in my notes, I think there'd be a better reference for that. But I remember seeing them and I was like, wow, who are they? I was like, they look so cool. And then the day after, or like a few months after Fantastic Baby came out, I was like, oh my God, it's them. It's them. And then since then, I fall in love. Which, funny enough, I got to know K-pop not via Big Bang, but via Girls' Generations, which this can be a story for another episode, I guess. But I started listening to K-pop deeply and in depth, literally, via Big Bang during Fantastic Baby. And the timing couldn't be more right because Big Bang are making a comeback at Coachella 2026 and rumor says they're gonna make a comeback in 2026 as well. New music, sign me up. Sign me up, I'm here for it. A little disclaimer before we jump into the history of Big Bang. I must say in this little episode I won't touch base on the scandal that happened to one of the members, which was obviously very bad, but I think this episode we're gonna focus on the artistry of the music rather than the personal problems of the members, I would say not even problems, but oh gosh, it can start like a whole discussion. But if you are, actually BBC made a very good documentary if you fancy like Google it or search for it. We are not going to touch base on the scandals. I just wanted to put it out there now because I feel like it's a very, very sensitive topic and maybe some people don't like to talk about Big Bang because of that, but I think it's important for us, at least for me, to talk about Big Bang because as an artistry, as a group, is one of those that made histories in K-pop and then opened the doors to many others artists, like obviously before BTS, before Blackpink, Big Bang alongside other artists like Girls' Generation, Shiny, Super Junior, I would say let the world know K-pop was a thing, even back then. And what a better way to start by introducing the members one by one. I got my notes and let's go. Big Bang debuted in 2006 with 5 members. G-Dragon, as known also as a GD. As a leader, main rapper and chief producer, Taehyung, which is my bias. Absolutely obsessed with Taehyung and his solo. I think this is going to be another episode because Taehyung is just so talented. Sorry. Literally too biased. Anyway, moving on. Taehyung, the soulful main vocalist, T.O.P., the deep voice rapper, Daesangs, the powerful vocalist, and it's hilarious. You should check it out. His YouTube channel. And then we had Soon Lee, the youngest member, and little reference for what I said earlier. Soon Lee was the one most affected in the scandal Burning Sun. Then again, we're not going to touch base on that as a whole, but obviously it's very, very bad. Maybe I can do an episode on that, although I wouldn't really would like to talk about it, give too much attention on that. But if you like to get to know what happened, just have a Google around and you understand what happened. So we are in 2006. At this time, the members were very unique compared to other K-pop groups, I would say. So they weren't just idols, because they were artists who broke the mold. And especially, we're gonna see over the years, I'm gonna also try to play some of the tracks while reviewing this. You can see the evolution, especially around 2011. Also, member mention, I think probably the most important thing. So everyone is familiar with elastic in K-pop, right? So I would say, majority of the K-pop group or idols have elastic. And BIGBANG was the first one that create elastics for the VIP, which is their fandom name. Absolutely iconic. This is another reason why BIGBANG is so iconic. I mean, hello. Anyway, we haven't started yet. We are in 2006, which BIGBANG made their debut in around August 2006 with the first single album called BIGBANG. They were introduced with a documentary style show, which was very unique. It was a very unique approach at the time. I feel like now it's a little bit more common, especially with survival show or documentary show. But I think back in the day was very, very unique and different, I would say. And the same year, they won the New Artist of the Month in October at the Psy World Digital Music Award with their single La La La. Iconic, oh my goodness, absolutely obsessed. And a little later, a couple of months after, in December 2006, BIGBANG published their first full-length Hafu, I believe, which was called BIGBANG Volume 1 since 2007, which sold 110,408 copies. They also held their first concert, the Rio, for 12K fans. The group was immediately known for the self-production style, standing out from the other groups, which I could not agree more. About a year after their debut, they published an EP called Always. And this was absolutely a monster hit, especially with the title track Lies. Absolutely, I think it's still to this day one of the most iconic tracks in K-pop. Iconic! Oh my god, I was obsessed with this song. Obviously, remember what I said at the beginning. I started to listen to them in 2012, but obviously I definitely pick up all the discography back then. Also because, to be fair, BIGBANG is one of those groups that didn't release loads of music, but they still made such a mark in the history, which is why if you think about other artists nowadays, they release at least like 3 or 4 albums. It might be full-length, mini album, EP, but over the years they usually release like 3 or 4, I would say. It's quite often there is a lot of music. Moving on, in November 2007, a few months after, speaking of, I literally just said they were giving out less music. Okay, maybe back in the day they released more music more often, but I think as an overall, it's more the remaining albums and EPs and everything, it was more distributed better over the years. But anyway, I think at the time they saw them, it was the right moment for them to publish the EP Hot Issue in November 2007 with the title track Lost Forward. And this actually broke their own record. This title track, Last Flower, took the #1 spot and stayed there for 8 consecutive weeks, solidifying their dominance in the charts. And now we are in 2008. Ooh, another iconic track. So in August 2008, so around not even a year, but 10 months, 9 months, something like that, they published the EP Stand Up with the title track Aru Aru. Woo! This is another iconic super track. This song obviously marked their reputation as a group that defined the emotional hip-hop influence side of K-pop. In the same year, they released the album Remember, and what a year, because in 2008, they won the prestigious Artist of the Year Daesangs at the MAMA and the 2008 Seoul Music Awards, which this marked the official crowning moment for K-pop. They became the king of K-pop, literally. And now we are in around 2009, 2010, where we see the members taking some like solo or subunit direction. In 2009, G-Dragon released his debut album, Heartbreaker, which was iconic. And in the same year, BIGBANG published their Japanese album, Big Bang. Oh gosh, get confused all the time. And they won the Best New Artist at the 51st Japan Record Awards. What a year. The following year, in 2010, T.O.P. and G-Dragon released the subunit album, GD and T.O.P. Woo! Absolutely a banger. And now we are in 2011, which I think this mark their is the year where they're going wild, literally. They published the EP Tonight in February 2011. This album is iconic. Oh my goodness, could not stop listening to it. Absolutely, what a banger. And oh my goodness, history was actually made during this year. And this is exactly where my memory for Big Bang started. So Big Bang became the very first ever group from Asia to win the Best Worldwide Act at the 2011 MTV Europe Music Awards, beating out all the other major label artists. What a time to be alive. And actually, what a time to actually witness that, because I still remember, I was like, fuck, who are they? Sorry, I'm swearing. But I was literally thinking, they are so cool. Obviously, then again, they had some knowledge of K-pop or J-pop before. And but was never really into like much. Obviously, I was just listening to majority of Western artists, obviously American or UK artists. Not even much of Italian, obviously. If you didn't know, I'm from Italy. But I still remember seeing these guys. They look so cool. I was like, wow, who are they? And the song's like, yeah, that's catchy. It's catchy. And it was the moment for me, probably maybe also for many others. And then in 2012, this is where I started listening to them deeply. They released the EP album Alive around February 2012 with the title tracks, emphasis on the S, Fantastic Baby, Blue and Bad Boy. Oh, I really miss the days where K-pop released multiple title tracks. They still do, but it's more rare. And I just, even like Western artists nowadays, I think obviously it's all comes about budget, I guess. But damn, it was a better time. Anyway, fantastic baby. Woo, what a track.
Wow, fantastic baby.
Ooh, I was obsessed. I was showing everyone Big Bang, and everyone was like, what's this shit? I was absolutely obsessed with this group. I still am, and man, they're still relevant. I think their sound, the music video, their style, is just still so referent. I don't know, just they make K-pop different, and they still are iconic. Sorry. And then again, maybe I'm a little bit biased. And what I hear actually, because they made history once again. Their Alive EP was the first ever K-pop album to chart on Billboard 200, peaking at number 150. It was a huge achievement at the time. So remember, this was 2012, so it was literally 13 years ago, and there was pre-BTS, pre-BLACKPINK. I don't think PSI was out just yet. Actually, let me Google it now while I have you on the chart. So Gangnam Style actually was released on the 15th of July 2012, while obviously Alive, the EP, was published in February 2012. So absolutely very, very remarkable. So that means also it was also before PSI, because I think PSI was another iconic, super iconic. You might like it, you don't like it, whatever. But I think is another one that made history in K-pop. They made realize that K-pop exists to majority of people, especially for everyone. I think maybe Big Bang was a little bit for niche people. Obviously, it's getting out there, people were getting to know them. While PSI, I think it was a global phenomenon, like going viral and everything. Obviously, we are talking about Big Bang now, but as a memorable mention. Moving on, Alive, the Korean and / Japanese combined sale were 430,488 physical copies. Ooh, that's a lot. And they launched also the first world tour, Big Bang Alive Galaxy Tour. A tour spanning 12 countries and 4 continents established the standard of large-scale K-pop world tours that we know now. Then again, open the doors for all these groups now. Absolutely, I love it. And now we are in 2015 with the Made single series. Ooh, what to say? I was living already in the UK when this was out, but they put it out, and it was definitely a different approach. So I have a very good memory on that, because they publish the Made single series is literally a series of singles. Also, every single have their own music video, the title track. I think they have like B-sides on every single, I think. Some have like double music video. So it was absolutely, it's like you're eating a sundae, like you eat out ice cream, and just every taste of the ice cream in your sundae is just your favorite. It was just so good. And we have a monthly release actually. So every month was a different single. And it was MADE, right? They release singles like Loser, Baby, Bang Bang Bang, which is super iconic, and other track like If You and Let's Not Fall in Love. Absolutely absolutely amazing. Every single track was out of this world. Probably my favorite is Bang Bang Bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
Iconic. This track was absolutely a banger. It still is. It's still absolutely fantastic. What a year. I was obsessed. I can't remember if I bought all the little single album, especially in the UK. It was not easy to find K-pop album back then. I could only find them in Chinatown, in some shops, but then again, very little selection, I would say. I still remember actually buying I think I received as a gift. But anyway, the G-Dragon and Taeyang single album, Good Boy. Woo! Oh my god, Good Boy was such a... Definitely need to do another episode about all these other sub unit and like a single release or like single. But back on track. Then what another year? Lots of awards. I mean, they are iconic. I think this was the top of their career. And they won, again, the Daesangs Awards, including Artist of the Year at the 2015 MAMA, and Digital Daesangs, Song of the Year for Loser at the 2016 Golden Disc Awards. Absolutely insane. Now a little jump in 2016, where they published Made as a full album with a total sales, including Korean and Japanese, estimated to 3.2 million copies, making it one of the best-selling K-pop albums of the decade. Absolutely out of this world. If you need to compare sales now to where before, like maybe like a decade ago, or 2015 or 16 in this case, was definitely the sales are very, very different, I would say now. When I was in Korea recently at the 17 pop-up like special concert, I was there without a journalist, and one of the journalists, she was writing for a Korean publication, but she also writes for the New York Times. She asked me, what was your opinion on the decrease on sales in K-pop, which I found very, very interesting. I think there are two reasons why sales are decreasing now. I think obviously the market is over saturated, I would say, with a lot of artists, which is good and bad, I would say. I mean, it's good obviously because we have lots of variety and a lot of people can publish the music. Obviously, on the other hand, it's maybe negative because they're selling less, because I think obviously people have less. They can invest in not all of them, I think, obviously. And also, it's also, I think, a generational thing. Back in the day, fans were more devoted to a single group rather than having a multi-stand, listening to multiple artists. So it was easier for them to focus in and share their love on only one specific group and then maybe buy multiple copies. But while now, I think fans are more listening to different artists, so they divide their finance equally, I would say. And also another probably big topic would be that I think young generation now are more sensitive on drifting and recycling, I think. So they think twice before buy physical copies. They might just sitting there do nothing. So I think there's a lot of layers, and maybe eventually things are gonna change, God knows. But I still remember when the journalist asked me the question, was like I was like, yeah, it's a very good point. It's a very good question. Now back to Big Bang, which they went on tour again with a made world tour, which attract over 1.5 million attendees, making it one of the highest crossing concert tour by an Asian act in history. And speaking of, let me grab something for you. Obviously, if you are listening, you can't see it, but I bought the DVD pack of the world tour. So yes, I bought this during my first trip in 2016, and is summarized the DVD of the concert. Actually, makes me want to watch it actually. And they have a beautiful, very beautiful. Oh, look at this. Stunning. Sorry guys, you cannot see it, but I'm just showcasing some of the images. But if you're listening to this over Spotify or any platform you're listening from, you can just check out the video on YouTube, by the way. Anyway, absolutely insane. I'm so happy, so happy. Oh my god, literally, Big Bang making me so happy. I don't know why. Cool. Here's a little piece of history over here. We're very, very close to an end, unfortunately. But then again, because we touch base on the main highlights of the group, I think it makes sense. It actually gives you a little overview of the group, even if you like it or not. It's nice. Unfortunately, we're getting close to the end. In 2018, they published the digital single Flow Road, which unfortunately mark a temporary farewell, which because they released this as a thank you to the fans before the military service, which achieved an immediate perfect all kill on Korean music charts without any promotion, showcasing their enduring loyalty and influence. Absolutely, I still remember there was absolutely nothing, but people were going crazy for this. And I mean, obviously, it's just like Big Bang is just so iconic. It's just so iconic. You cannot just not love them. Do you get what I mean? And then again, I'm a little bit biased, maybe. And then we have a massive jump to 2022. So 4 years have been passed by, and they release the digital single Still Life. This is the first music release in nearly 4 years. It was an instant hit. They chart #1 on Billboard Global XL US chart, which it was crazy, and dominating also the domestic chart in Korea. And then again, proving the power is really strong. And now we are in 2025, very close to 2026, which is rumored to have a comeback, finger crossed. So at the moment, Big Bang is composed by G-Dragon, Taeyang, and Daesangs. But rumor says the T.O.P might make a comeback. He seems very apologetic in one of his latest interviews. So, well, I cannot wait to see if they're gonna come back 3 or 4. Don't know. Then again, it's still rumored. By the time we're recording this, especially, we have no further information besides the confirmation at the Coachella 2026, sorry. And I can't wait. I really miss Big Bang, but like a Big Bang with a bang. Do you get what I mean? But let's wrap up today. So obviously, as I mentioned, the group currently consists of G-Dragon, Taeyang, and Daesangs. We T.O.P have left the agency and the group activity, but the fire is far from out, I guess. And obviously, the 20th anniversary is literally around the corner, so we never know. Please give us something. Give us something. What can we expect for the future? As I mentioned, Big Bang is officially in the lineup of Coachella 2026 on April 12th and 19th. Thinking about it, it's not even that far away. Interesting. And on top of the rumored comeback as music, there is also some multiple reports actually suggesting a reunion tour and obviously new music. Man, I'm here for it. Can you imagine? We are all here for it. What else? I think we are to an end of our 4th episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really enjoyed going through Big Bang. I think Big Bang is one of the groups and artists that really resonate with my history in K-pop. I think it's defined my K-pop knowledge and taste now. And I'm very, very happy that I kick off this series of Davide K-Talk with one of my favorite artists. Hope you like this little episode, and I hope you tune in for the next one because it's going to be a little bit different, and I'm not going to give you any further details, but I will see you next. Thank you. Bye.